Well, hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, what are we talking about? It is Ocean's Birth to Earth Day today. That is my darling mother, if you didn't know. What are we talking about? What aren't we talking about? They were just praising me because I just got done working out, and they call me tenacious because no matter what the it is, I just don't give up. Absolutely not. Uh, if you haven't been following me at all, I got my ass kicked last summer because I was working really hard and also working out really hard because I'm recovered now, but I had been recovering from anorexia for, well, since 1989. And I had a relapse last summer that looked like just wanting to get in really good shape. But now that I've healed up and my doctor got me on meloxicam, and for me, it's been a game changer. It took out all the inflammation in my body because I found out that I have just a little bit of arthritis here and there. And that's what was, well, I was working my body way too hard because I wanted to look a certain way. And now I'm taking another run at it, and looking a certain way will be the benefit of just working out to be physically strong. Yeah, it can't, for me in my life, it cannot be to look a certain way. No, because that's being fully identified with the body. And it is a benefit though, because when I'm back to lifting weights, I'm not doing anything crazy right now. I'm only lifting two 8-pound weights. Some of the exercises I'm still at 5 pounds. Today I finally, well, anything with the shoulders, if it's like punching, then that's 5. I'll add my wrist weights really soon. But today I got up to 3 sets. I'm doing 3 sets of 15 reps on no matter what exercise I'm doing. And I found out that my body doesn't like regular push-ups. So I'm doing the push-ups on my knees again. And when after I recovered enough to be able to start working out again, I couldn't lift any weights. I'm about 5 months. Well, yeah, from last summer. It has taken a while, but when I've recovered from injuries, and I can't work out at all, and I see my muscle tone leaving, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this sucks so bad. I just have to embrace it and relax into wherever I'm at, because I know I'll be able to take another run at it. And I have learned something more each time that I've overdone. And this time I'm just taking a even more gentle approach and really super tuned into my body and watching my thoughts. As far as wanting to, of course, I still do have thoughts about that. Like my oldest son-in-law, he puts on big music festivals, and one that he started doing last summer, I'm calling it like the new Woodstock of our area, because it was so incredibly fun. It was dumping rain the entire time, and the turnout was extraordinary, and people just had such an amazing time. Next time I'm going to wear really cute rubber boots if that happens. It didn't even cross my mind that I should get some boots for that. My feet were soaking wet for hours, but I also had steam rising off of me because I love to dance. All right, so those type of things. Looking forward to going to that next summer. I know being consistent and keeping working out, the result is going to be I will be able to dance for hours with zero pain in my body, and I will look damn good doing it. I didn't know how else to say it. But people that work out, I admire them so much, because it has taken me about 8 years to make it consistent, to be consistent at working out. It seems like something happens to where I can't work out anymore. I've had a lot to work out of my vibrational craw. They're saying it to me. It's been all vibrational, and the more resistance I can release around well, the resistance comes from going with the thoughts that come in that say, man, you just really need to rest today, when I don't actually need to rest today and I really just need to work out. My workouts are no longer than 20 minutes. So all total, I do a 5-minute warm up, I do a 10 or 20-minute workout, and then I do an 8 to 12-minute cool down. And then well, that's my stretching though. I'm going to do a little bit more stretching this evening before I go to bed. That's just, I just posted it. What I've been listening to, The Great Bell Chant by Thich Nhat Hanh. I found one that is hours and hours long, so I can just listen to it over and over again. They're reminding me that, so for the last week or so, specifically the last 5 or 6 days, there's been like a thought storm, the potential to overthink. And one thing that I saw that I was doing to myself is that I've been watching too many different things on YouTube or Netflix. Listening to, because I clean houses, I listen to a lot of like Mr. Ballin and just different crime shows, things that keep my interest. But there's just been too much of it. And the energies right now on planet Earth, I'm not an astrologer, but I know there are a lot of planets in line, and there are planets that have come out of certain places that they have been for an incredibly long time and won't be there again, for like 165 years or something. Major energetic changes to help the changes happen here on planet Earth. And so today, because there's always something I can do to release resistance around whatever whatever is going on. And so today I put the Great Bell Chant on after I listened to, I think, two Mr. Ballins. And then I listened to the Great Bell Chant for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then I was done cleaning, and I haven't been listening to anything since I got home. Well, have I? It seems like I listened to something. Music. I've just been listening to music. Oh yeah, that's right. And then I worked out. And I feel so much more at peace, energetically peaceful. And the thought activity is a lot less. It's just, I just can't, having gone from absolutely insane to just noticing that I'm smiling just because I feel so peaceful, because everything is so quiet up here. My internal climate is usually really incredibly good. And so if it starts, like if I start waking up in the middle of the night and my mind is going, I'm thinking about this, that, this, that. And also if a thought, a song is coming in, and I don't know about you, but I didn't know if it was actually, if I would be able to overcome waking up in the middle of the night or going to bed and having a song stuck in my mind. That's been by far one of the most torturous things that I've experienced here on planet Earth. However, now I know how to stop thinking about it. I turn my attention back to presence. That's here. Well, it's here. Our bodies are actually, suspended in presence. So is the world. But for turning my attention away from like a repetitive thought or a song, my instinct has been to try to get away from it. And I don't want to think this anymore. It's driving me absolutely insane. And around and around it goes, even if I'm thinking about something else, it seems like that song is playing in the background, but it's not, because I can only have one thought at a time. Yeah, thoughts are very, 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 very endlessly fascinating to me. But, I'm very aware of them now too. And they're showing me that as time goes by, I will become even more and more aware of them. And they are definitely lacking. They already lack the ability to take my attention away, it's always my choice to give whatever thoughts are coming in my attention, or to take them away or not. Another way to stop thinking about a repetitive thought or song is to look directly at it. Just like looking, if I look at a star straight on, it disappears. But if I look off to the side just a little bit, I can see it again. That's the same way it is with overthinking, is to look directly at the thoughts. And then it's all of a sudden just expansiveness, and there's nothing there. So that just takes practice, because that's our natural state of being. There are always thoughts, but I'm not thinking. I asked them once, what exactly is thinking? And I'm sure there's many different definitions of it, but and Jonathan had he had such a profoundly beautiful definition of thinking. But when I asked the ancients what it was specifically, they said it's when thoughts come in and I turn my attention to the thoughts, and I keep my attention on those thoughts, and it's attracting more thoughts like it, and a scenario and the feelings that come with it in my physical form. That's thinking. And so I have the ability, because it's our natural ability, we have just forgotten it. I've been practicing all these years since my remembering experience with Muji. I've been practicing how to just be in my natural state of being, just naturally, like we already are. I love paradoxes so much. So what else, guys? So for Ocean's birthday, she got as much pain medicine as she needs. Finally. Like, that's it. They're finally giving her exactly what she needs. Whatever she needs. That's what her doctor said. Whatever you need, we will give it to you. And yeah. So, and it came today. Like, she got the news yesterday and the new prescription came today. I don't, there are certain questions that I have to stop asking in my life. And one of those at times is why? Because I'm not getting an answer. It's just agitating me the more I ask it. And one of those is, why has Ocean had to suffer so much? But she doesn't anymore. So, I mean, it's not going to take the pain away completely, because her back is an absolute train wreck, and her, her hips are shot. She's just, her little body is, she's done a lot in her life, and she's had scoliosis for her life, and it was never treated. So she's pretty bent, and, so she's so cute too. She let me put a picture of her and myself up on my channel a while back. That was really exciting. And also, she let me, she did a video with me, a really short one. I never thought that she would do that, but I reassured her that that's why she doesn't comment on my YouTube videos. She's my #1 fan, she says, but she doesn't comment because, there are scammers, and people have a way of getting our information. My channel really has taught me how to, cover my ass because people were able to find me, and I didn't realize, how they did that. But then I figured it out and changed some things, and haven't been bothered ever since. It's very, very easy to block people also. And people don't know where I live. I'm very, very careful. I feel like I've been very careful about that, not letting anybody know where I live. So, but all my subscribers are just exceptional beings. And I know that none of you would ever stalk me. Let's knock on wood. Anything else, ancients? Yeah, okay, so recently I was talking about a man that came into my life. I've known him for 21 and a half years. And I was told, Elaine Thorpe channels Jonathan, that's her guide, and her they call each other their twin souls. And so she's a trance channel, so she goes completely into trance, and then Jonathan comes through. It's just such a profound experience, because you literally hear a man coming through her. You can tell when you're watching her that she's not trying to change her voice or anything, and other beings come through her also. Genevieve is another one of her spirit guides, and it's so beautiful because she has come through for me. I think Genevieve has come through for me every single time. She's here right now. So I asked them, like 8 months ago, 7 months ago, or I don't know, maybe not that long, like 5 months ago. Do you guys see, my divine partner coming in? And Jonathan was like, your romantic divine partner? I said, yeah, the one that's going to be doing the Mama G Foundation with me. Not that I'm waiting for anybody to start that. I am the foundation. I have been working on my foundation for a really long time. So I'm not waiting for him, but I have always seen, somebody beside me. And I am definitely, I've shifted recently, and I'm holding on to that. Well, I'm not even holding on to it anymore. Just because I see something doesn't mean that is the way it has to be. Yeah. I just let it come and go when I see it. So this man, he enters my life. He was in my life for about a week recently, and we hung out. He was staying at a place that he was moving out of, and I went to see it to see if I wanted to start cleaning it on a regular basis. It was going to become a vacation rental. Well, our interaction was awesome. However, this person is an active drug addict. And it's just so crazy because, meeting him so long ago and seeing him now, he's literally physically smaller. Like, I don't know if he actually is, because he's still, really tall, but his whole energy, everything just felt so much smaller than it used to. And we held incredibly beautiful satsang. And we've always had a really deep attraction to each other. But, he's a playboy. He's a player. He always has been. And he's been addicted to cocaine for an incredibly long time. And so when literally the day that he started messaging me, well, I messaged him first about, hey, I heard my daughter told me that there might be a house that I could clean. And so that's when we started messaging. And I said right away, that very first day, remove him from my life if he's not here for my highest good. I call that the boyfriend prayer. The boyfriend prayer started when I was raising my 3 daughters, and they were all teenagers, and boys started coming around, tomcats, I called them. I made that prayer up, and I would say, remove him from her life if he is not here for her highest good. And it worked. Oh, it worked like magic. And so I use that for anything throughout my life. If there was a job that I was going to go get, I always had this fear of being stuck at a certain job. And so I'd say, remove it from my life if it's not here for my highest good. Don't let me get it if it's not for my highest good. Make it plainly obvious. I love the plainly obvious prayer. It's all along the same lines. It goes from thinking about it to seeing what's going to happen. That's the shift. Like the shift, seeing from my heart space, or seeing from conditioning or fear, like where all the fear and the anxiety and the worry and the future tripping and the thinking about the past and all of that comes from when I'm trapped up in my head. It doesn't ever come from presence. So that's so beautiful. Okay. I really don't know why that happens. I see it happen to other people though too. Just all of a sudden it's just no thoughts. There's not even thoughts competing for other thoughts. It's just no thoughts all of a sudden. And I was calling it forgetting for a long time, but I'm just going to let it be. So they're showing me that as I'm channeling, when they're calling it a transmission, when the transmission ends, it just stops. But I've been labeling it because I have and am and can be forgetful at times, because I'll have a thought and then I'll go with that and start talking about it, and then I've forgotten what I was just talking about. I know they call that ADHD, but I'm done labeling it, because I feel like I've been doing really, really well in this video. So I feel like just with practice, basically, if I just practice enough, I can get better at whatever it is that I need to get better around. So that must have just ended right there. Ancients, is there anything else we want to talk about? Doozer, the temperature just dropped, bud. I felt compelled to come over and grab my cards. Which ones, you guys? These are the sacred geometry cards that my oldest daughter gave me. Oh, thank you. Okay, I did feel like I forgot a little bit. So I said the boyfriend prayer. Thank you, guys. And he messaged me for, let's see, so I went to see him, and then 5 days later he was gone, like out of the state. He hasn't moved there, but that's what happens in my life. Make it plainly obvious, remove him from my life if he's not here for my highest good. It used to take me like a week to do that, and then I would even have resistance because I was excited about this person being in my life, and maybe he'll get better, and maybe he'll think that I'm so special. Maybe now that, I feel so present, and I know my natural state of being, if I just stay present around him, maybe I'll be able to be around him, and his really low, toxic, sucky energy won't affect me, and maybe I can help him, pump my life force energy into him. No, it's not how it works anymore. No, I don't overextend at all. And it was just such a beautiful, that whole week, because I watched myself every single time I would get, because I've always just been just like kind of like a puppy when it comes to loving people. And I'm just like, I see something or something happens, and I want to tell the person about it because it feels like we're getting along so great. And it feels like we're already so close because this person feels so familiar. No, he's not good for me. He's not good for me at all. After I hung out with him that one day, and I also noticed that he didn't have time for me to smudge him. Before I had went there, he said, "Yeah, absolutely. I want you to smudge me, please." And no, he's not ready. Absolutely not ready. He's not the first one I've encountered that, was all gung-ho for it until it came right down to it. I had it with me. I had everything I needed to smudge him in. And then the last time we messaged before he left for Oregon he said, "Can you please massage my hands? I've been working with steel all day and they hurt so bad." And I said, "I would love to help you feel better." And he was just like, "Wow." And then he sent me, and I had an idea already. I was already laughing to myself because I had an idea that he wanted me to go to him. And he messaged me, and I said, "Oh, you're wanting me to come to you." And I started laughing. I send voice clips to everybody. And he's just like, "A guy can try." I just thought it was funny. I sent the laugh till you cry emoji because, it's just ridiculous to think there was a time. That's not what's ridiculous, but now there was a time that I would have went right to him. I would have been thrilled about it. I would have been not doing my Spanish lessons. I wouldn't have been working out. I would have completely shifted to make myself available to this person. And guess what? being too available is highly unattractive. Period. Yeah. We were conditioned as the divine feminine. I'm sure the divine masculine also in their way, but specifically the divine feminine were conditioned for lifetimes, have been conditioned to overextend, to give too much, to not listen to what we need and honor that and actually live our life by that. Because there was always somebody that didn't want us to do that because they wouldn't get what they needed or thought they wanted from us. Well, that's going down. That ship has sunk, they're saying. Yeah, it's not even going down anymore. For the divine feminines out there that are watching this and you feel like you're really struggling with these things, to stop doing these old behaviors, stop overextending, stop co-signing their bullshit, stop trying to believe things that you know aren't true. We would love to talk to you about that. I've had lots and lots of practice. And there's just certain things that will come through, that do come through for specific people, that are just customized for the person. And it's not like what you should do. The ancients they just have a very they have a very high view of whoever I'm talking to, of their life. Well, I can see it too, but yeah, and they can see where a person is stuck and how to, the action that is required, not just not doing it anymore, because it takes a while to not do something anymore. If it's ingrained, if it's conditioned, we have to uncondition it. And that can be incredibly painful. And once one person starts changing, then it causes some chaos at times. And so, divine timing is very gradual. This stuff doesn't have to be done overnight, but it does need to be done because it's happening anyway. I love paradoxes. I think I already mentioned that. So why do we have to do this work if it's being done anyway? Well, because it makes it a lot less painful. Yeah, a lot less painful. Okay, so what did we draw? What? I didn't realize we were going to get two. Gentle spirits. That's very beautiful. What number? 34? Oh, I opened it on the freedom of love. Ooh, universal love, unity consciousness. That's beautiful. Love is the key that unlocks this language and helps us more fully realize our divinity. Freedom is the force that offers us an opportunity to realize an expanded view of our humanness and our place in the cosmic order. Okay, so this is 34. Gentle spirits. Simply being. We find within this image the number 5 and the geometry of the pentagon. Within this 5-sided polygon, stars appear and speak to us of excellence, protection, and divine transcendence. The stars of this card are 5 green sea turtles. Oh, see, I see a star right here. Oh, I didn't realize the sea turtles were stars. Okay. They glide gracefully through the pentagons, reminding us to be gentle with ourselves and be present in the moment. With peaceful grace and presence in the now, these gentle spirits, okay, they're reminding me that what they called that guy today, they called him a love bombing ghosty, because he's definitely a love bomber and then he'll ghost. Yeah, a lot of people like that have come into my life, majorly for pop quizzes. With peaceful grace and presence in the now, these gentle spirits ask you to consider the importance of simply being. The pace of the modern world seems ever faster, demanding that we accelerate our capacity to accomplish more and more and more and more. Most people believe there's not enough time to get everything done, not enough time for ourselves. They're reminding me right now that Ramana Maharshi says that all it takes is 1/2 an hour a day to focus inwards on presence. every single day to completely shift us. If you haven't had your remembering experience yet, I will post that video of Ramana. It's a Samanari JSR video, and yeah, this teaching is just, it's so beautiful. Because the mind can definitely overcomplicate things, of course. It wants to overcomplicate things so we don't stop overthinking, even though the mind isn't happy overthinking. The pace of this card invites you to relax into this very moment. Meditate, doodle, daydream, and simply be. Resist the urge to get up and do something or feel guilty because you are not. Give yourself permission to let your cares and woes fade from consciousness long enough that you may see into the moment and feel peace. Pause, and in this pause, allow your body, mind, and spirit to deeply enjoy the excellence and awe of simply being. You may receive messages that is fine, or with a bit of luck, you will genuinely be able to simply be. A long, long time ago, when I was just first starting to meditate, they told me to take my ears off, turn them around, and put them back on and listen. They were put back on to where they were at an angle, and that, to me, that is meditating. I'm not trying to control anything. I am just fully focusing my attention inward, and I am listening just intensely with everything in me. And my mind will, of course, not my mind, the thoughts will, keep coming. And like I say, it takes a while for the thought dust to settle, but it will settle. And that's one of those tricks from that thing that comes and tries to grab us from the ankles before we are right when we're ascending to another level in ourselves. And that is one thing, is starting to meditate can just seem like it causes a tsunami. It makes it seem like it's making overthinking worse. But that's the way through, is through that and just persevering with it. I'm starting today because I feel like I've been thinking too much recently. So I'm going to start meditating again, up to a half an hour a day. I've actually never meditated for a half an hour every day. When I started out meditating, it was 8 to 12 minutes a day, because that Ramana Maharshi also said that that's all that I needed. But I feel that I just want to see what happens. I just want to see how I feel. I'm a peace junkie. I mean, I just want to feel as peaceful as possible, and to let go of more thinking. That's just the way to do it. So, is that it, you guys? Are we going to read the other one or not? Piercing the Veil, 28. Self-awareness, seeking wisdom. There are passages and veils through which shamans and visionaries transcend personal limitations and pierce through outmoded thought forms. It is by purity of purpose and by the ability to focus intentions that this becomes possible. This shaman holds a bundle of arrows representing the strength of the peaceful warrior. He is surrounded by blue flames that burn away ego. Powerful 5-flower geometry aids him in his interdimensional quest. This is a demanding pursuit that will require the visionary to be conscious and vigilant. Yeah, see? To be, conscious, very aware. To be very aware of the thoughts that are trying to come in and take us over. This is a demanding pursuit that will require the visionary to be conscious and vigilant. As he pierces veils of illusion, He gains self-awareness and access to insight and wisdom beyond the conventional. Yeah, pierces the veils of illusion. That's the automatic thoughts that come in that are highly emotionally charged that we were conditioned to feel for one reason or another. That seems insurmountable to overcome because it just seems like that's who we are and that's the way it's always been, but it's not true. We can uncondition that stuff and recondition. In the process of unconditioning it, shedding, letting grace prune us, we are reconditioned. For a while, it feels like there's kind of a void space. It's not the same feeling as presence. This feels more like a void, like nothing. But it's the letting go of the old conditioning and not quite having the new conditioning be a habit yet. Yeah, it not having that be first nature yet. I asked them not very long ago, why do we say, oh, it's just second nature when I do this or that, as concerning being a human? And they said, because it's not our first nature. This card this card suggests that you are in quest of greater understanding of your life path. Imagine that you travel with this shaman into the geometry and into your own pursuit of self-awareness. Gaze past the veils of ego and delusion. Let it be your intent to move beyond these limitations and into your own personal truth. Courageously step forward and pursue the way of wisdom. Yeah, and as far as letting go of the conditioning of the one or a divine partner and giving, even hugging this man recently. I mean, he gives the best hugs I've ever received from a man before. That's a huge statement, but it's true. And we are so much alike. He really, really feels like he could if he wasn't, besides the bullet, Mrs. Kennedy, how was the parade? If he wasn't a full-blown drug addict, he could really be a good partner for me. So that's some of the, more of the conditioning. A pop quiz came up recently. Are you going to take the bait? Are you going to go with these good feelings? It's not just crappy feelings that we're shedding off. It's these really good feelings, feelings in the body and stuff that come along that I have felt really a lot of resistance to. I'm like, what the heck, man? I want to feel like this. I want to kiss. I want to do stuff. I want to. And I will someday. But I can't. I could. But no. I'm not settling. And even if that means that I'm not going to be doing that in this lifetime, that's totally fine. Those aren't real pleasant moments when those thoughts come up, but when the thought, and that was actually recently too, I was thinking, what if I never actually get to kiss anybody again? And I was just like, oh, wait a minute, just that thought made me feel so bad. So to me, if I'm thinking a thought and it's making me feel really bad like that, I don't need to think it. Don't think it. Stop thinking it. Okay. Yeah, it is a possibility, but I can accept that. I've been single for an incredibly long time, and yeah, that's totally fine. I've had so many lifetimes on planet Earth. They're reminding me I've done a lot of kissing. I've done a lot of kissing in this lifetime. And thinking about kissing this man that I used to be so incredibly attracted to, I'm not attracted to him anymore. And just thinking about kissing him, I just see energetic exchange. And when just the thought about kissing him crossed my mind, I literally thought, can you catch, what was it? What is that liver thing? It's usually something people catch from using needles. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of it. What is it, Ancients? Somebody's saying it right now. Thank you for helping me. Yeah, but anyway, it was an icky thought. Hepatitis. I thought right away, ooh, I wonder if you can catch hepatitis from kissing. And I was just like, oh my gosh. No, next man I kiss, it's just going to be so organic. It's just going to be, we will have an attraction to each other, intellectual attraction and a physical attraction. He doesn't have to be off the charts gorgeous for me at all. It's going to be, well, who he is, really. Yeah, he's going to be, will have really healed a lot in himself and been doing his introspective work. And it doesn't matter if he's had a remembering experience or not, but as long as he's, diligently working on himself and cares about his physical health. And hey, bud, can you stop, please? It's starting to wear on me a little bit. It's really cute though. His little tiny growl. He's not full on barking. He's maturing, and he's completely healed up now. He has a tiny bit of scab on the front of his throat, just a tiny bit. But yeah, I'm so happy. There's zero. You can't see anything on the back of his neck anymore. And the owner of the dog, actually, that attacked Doozer, actually said he was sorry to me the other day, and that's pretty amazing because he's my oldest son-in-law's son, and I don't call him my grandson because I've known this kid, him and his sister, since they were little kids. Like, he was maybe 5 when I met him, and I've never ever had children treat me like they taught me, like they treated me. And I just found out last summer that their mother told them that we would never be their family, and that you cannot love them, don't be nice to them. And it made perfect sense. It made everything make sense. But see, this person, I can't get around him without having a stomach ache. There's something about him. But I was really surprised the other day when he genuinely apologized, and genuinely wanted to know, well, at least it seemed like it was genuine. Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. No way. But I can be cordial to people that I don't trust. But it seemed like he genuinely was just really happy that Doozer's doing really well. So, all right, I think that's it for now. Is that it for now, Ancients? This was Song with Mama G and the Ancients. I really enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, how many subscribers do I have now? Like 311? Oh my gosh. That's absolutely incredible. We love you so much.